Jamie, great to meet you today. Jamie Wilkes from Resolution Studios. I'm going to hand straight over to you and let you tell us more about your business, Jamie. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. Yeah, a little bit about me and the business. Okay, well, the business, as you mentioned, is called Resolution Studios, and we are architectural visualizers. So we take architects' 2D CAD drawings, and we build up a 3D model of them, adding lighting and material and a sprinkle of 3D magic, and we can then render out photorealistic visuals of how their proposed scheme's going to look. And you often see this type of work on, I guess, on the banners on the front of a building site, like coming soon, and you sort of see that the photorealistic image, and that's the sort of stuff we provide or we create, rather. So that can be internals or externals. So they're often used for planning submissions as well, or for marketing or design development.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. So what would you say makes you stand out from your competition?
What makes us stand out from our competition? Good question. I would say, and I've heard this several times from my clients, that they would say to me that your attention to detail in the models that we create. And I think we come at, because of my degree was in CAD and construction, so I have a construction background coming into this, so we know how buildings go together. And therefore we've got the ability to read sort of 2D plans and elevations, just pretty much straight up sort of thing. That's a skill in itself. And clients that you've been talking to, they literally say, "Oh, you just get it. It's great. You can send you the plans, or we can talk things through," because you've got that construction background, that construction knowledge, and that really helps with the realism of your images, knowing how sort of buildings go together.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Thank you. So tell us where the business is going. What are your aspirations for it?
Aspirations looking forward. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're looking to grow the business moving forward. Currently, there's sort of two of us in the business, but yeah, moving forward, we're looking sort of higher profile projects, I guess, moving forwards, where we can provide more animations or more real-time environments, and moving forward beyond that, providing our sort of 3D content in sort of virtual reality, and that's the direction I sort of see our industry going moving forward, and it's very much the direction I want to take Resolution Studios.
Fantastic. So just for people to be aware, what would be your definition of a higher profile project, just as an example? So
I guess maybe some new hospital work, or new sort of city centre apartment, something like that, something big and bold, which sort of where you'd sort of, I guess, see your work on TV. I guess that's probably what you're aiming for, to see your work on the news.
Why not? Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Great stuff. Thank you. So business is over 10 years old now, so congratulations for that, because that's an achievement in itself. What's the biggest learning you've had since you've been running the business?
Biggest learning, I guess, from the outside looking in, you see somebody running a business and you just think, oh, anyone can do that sort of thing. But I guess the biggest learning is there's a hell of a lot that goes on behind the scenes that you don't necessarily see from the front end looking in. And I think my biggest learning is you don't know what you don't know. So I guess when I first started, I didn't know anything about sales. I didn't know anything about marketing. I knew what I did and I knew how to deliver what I did. But I guess there was that whole sort of learning curve there, which in itself is quite exciting sort of thing. I do enjoy like reading and sort of gaining new knowledge in those areas. But I guess my biggest learning would be, you don't know what you don't know. So, I mean, the business development side of things, there's a lot to learn there. But then you also need to keep learning on, I guess, the development of your industry, and just keep on reading, keep on learning, because nothing stands still for long.
Certainly doesn't. That is very true, and seems to be accelerating.
Yeah.
Great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great answer. Thank you. What's the biggest challenge that you've had since you've been running the business?
Biggest challenge
to add on to that, how did you overcome it?
Biggest challenge for me would be keeping organised. So that's not just the delivery, and that's not just sort of, I guess, knowing where you are with sort of set projects, and the sales and marketing and business development side of things, I think is probably the challenge, is just keeping organised in all those sort of areas. And the way I did that was somebody introduced me to Capsule CRM. And to start with, you end up putting a lot of information into it, but you know where you are with everything. So I've got Capsule sort of looking after one part of the sort of, I guess, the sales and marketing side of things, and then various Trello boards for sort of managing where we are with projects. I think it's a case, I guess, given the nature of the job, quite a visual person, so I do like to see where we're at with what stages we're at various projects. Mm-hmm. So it's keeping all the plates spinning.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So if you were to be sitting here having a conversation with your 18-year-old self, what would you say to yourself?
What would I say to myself? I would say, just go for it. I think sometimes we think that you need to do, because I guess it goes back to what I was saying before, you need to do the learning and stuff, but there comes a point when you need to take what you've learned, what you know, and just get started, just go for it. You might not have all the pieces to the puzzle, but it all falls into place as you get going. And I guess if you wait till you know everything, then you've missed the buzz.
Yeah, completely agree. That'd be great advice for an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
And some older people too. So what's the one piece of advice that you give to other business owners?
One piece of advice I'd perhaps give, about a year ago, probably just over a year ago, I started my blog on my website, and I don't see myself as a writer as such, and a lot of effort goes into writing these pieces, and then sometimes you're a little bit nervous about hitting publish, but I wish I'd started that sooner, because I think it's just a great way of getting promoting yourself, getting yourself out there. And we've had opportunities that have come our way off the back of having the blog, which wouldn't have come our way otherwise. Mm-hmm. So I guess my advice to perhaps other business owners, and again probably to my younger self, was start that sooner.
I think that's a really great point. And the other thing is, how much better have you learned to articulate your offer and all the bits around the edges of your business through writing that stuff?
Yeah, you sort of gone over it so many times, and it becomes a polished piece of content then, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, great. Great advice. Thank you. So we understand a little bit about your business in terms of what it does. Obviously, below this video, link to your website so that people can go and find out more about you. We now know what your ideal higher profile projects look like. So anybody looking for some help with that, now where to go. What else would you like to throw out there, Jamie, as a way to find out more about you or to keep in touch?
Okay. Keep in touch. I spend social media wise, when we've got accounts with sort of most of the biggies, but probably spend most of my time on LinkedIn. So if you're on LinkedIn, look me up and connect with me, and let's stay in touch that way.
Fantastic. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to come and tell us about your business. Really appreciate that. Look forward to seeing some of your designs on the news in the not too distant future.
Thank you.
And best of luck going forward.
Thank you, Andy.